This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM.
Good afternoon. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk 1212 101.9. Charles Winnicky here with you, live from Albuquerque and Cibola High School for the Class 5A state tournament. The Alamogordo Lady Tigers, the number 6 seed, and the number 11 seed, the Rio Rancho Lady Rams. Both teams warming up. We've got our first game out of the way already. Cibola cruised to a 12-0 win. They're the 3 seed over Albuquerque High, the 14 seed. And so Cibola will be the team awaiting the winner of this game tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. These two teams very even on record. I believe they both finished in the same place in district. They were both third-place finishers in their respective districts. And I think both teams could argue have had kind of ups and downs throughout their seasons and have had to scrap and fight for where they've gotten to at this point in the year. And so feels like it should be a very interesting game. I think Rio Rancho's got maybe a little advantage offensively. Alamo's maybe a bit stronger on the pitching side. I think Alamo's a pretty good offensive team, to be honest, but Rio Rancho's put up some pretty impressive numbers this year in terms of scoring runs. But, state playoffs always seem to provide something a little bit different at times, where you just you get the unexpected. A team that's, been giving up double-digit runs, winning games in double-digit runs, but all of a sudden their pitcher goes out and has a spectacular game, or vice versa. It's so hard to tell. And when I was driving up here this morning and afternoon, and I was thinking, I was like, I really have no idea what's going to happen in this game. It just feels like it could go every different direction. And I mean that honestly. I think that either team could win by a big margin. I think it could be a really close game. I think it could be, somewhere in that, like a 4 or 5 run difference. It just, it feels like it could be a lot of places. I doubt that it's going to be a runaway game for one of these two teams, but you never know. I was chatting with Coach Ronnie Reyes a little bit before the game, and, he feels like if Alamogordo does the things they know how to do well, which is, play solid defensively, get a good pitching performance from Chloe, and do the things at the plate that they're capable of, that they should be okay today. Not one of those where, hey, we're going to need something special to come out here and get a win. They feel like if they do what they know how to do well, they will be they'll be okay today. So, it's a team that's got a lot of experience in the postseason. So, they certainly have been in this spot, played a lot of games last year in the state playoffs, of course, got all the way to the state championship game. The majority of last year's team is a part of this year's group. And, I think this is also an Alamogordo team that has gotten better as the season has come to a close. And they picked up some really crucial district wins over Mayfield and Las Cruces. And really came on when they needed to late in the season. So a lot to be said about how this Lady Tiger team has performed as we get into the later part of the year. And, the crucial part of the year, they've already gone through the gauntlet in District 3 5A, how good Centennial and Las Cruces and Mayfield and Oregon Mountain were this year. And so you've got to think that they're certainly battle-tested and ready to go for this afternoon's game against a very good Rio Rancho team. But you can say the same thing about the Lady Rams in a very tough district as well, with Volcano Vista and Cleveland and Cibola and Piedra Vista and Farmington. So they really had a big group of tough teams that they were facing off against this season, just like the Lady Tigers were as well. So two teams that somehow didn't run into each other this year, surprisingly. They were at the same, Alamo played at Rio Rancho's tournament, but didn't play them. So, sometimes it just works out in that particular way. So both teams are warming up, and this is the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show here on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 101.9. A reminder, you can listen to us online, alamosportsandtalk.com, the Exciter Media app. You can also find us on your Alexa device by saying enable Alamo Sports and Talk. And, of course, we're on our Alamo Sports YouTube channel. And then, of course, on the radio, we're on 1230 AM and 101.9 FM. We're about 10 minutes away from first pitch. We'll have lineups for y'all. We'll recap everybody's season coming up here in just a little bit. So stay right here with us. It's pregame. It's 5A state softball tournament action coming up for you next here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230 101.9.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Need a break? Does sun, sand, and adventure sound inviting? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A quick and easy personal loan can help make it happen. Apply today and turn your getaway into unforgettable memories.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all in subject to credit approval.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all in subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back to Cibola High School. Alamogordo and Rio Rancho getting ready to get started. The coaches are at home plate with the three-umpire crew. Of course, in the state playoffs, rather than a two-person crew, you get three. So a person on the first base, third base line, along with your home plate umpire. Alamogordo Lady Tigers are dressed in their black uniforms with the gold pinstripes, gold lettering and numerals with white outlines on their uniforms. Rio Rancho with white tops, dark blue numerals outlined in green, and navy blue, I should say dark blue, navy blue pants as well. So let's go ahead and get you the starting lineup for the Alamogordo Lady Tigers. Number 13, Amani Kosum. She'll be the second baseman and lead off. Hitting second is Haley Evans. She is wearing number 12 and catching for Alamogordo. Chloe Lunar pitching and wearing number 23. She'll hit third. Batting cleanup is Davi Gonzalez. She is the third baseman and wears number 24. Number 29 is Alyssa Bautista. She'll be at first base and will hit fifth. Then is Iceland Ortiz. She is wearing number 15 and will be playing at shortstop. Alexis Rodriguez will be in right field, wearing number 28 and is hitting seventh. Hitting eighth is Madison Ruiz, the left fielder, wearing number 27, and number 17 is Addison Chamberlain. She is the center fielder, and she rounds out the lineup in the number 9 spot. For Rio Rancho, number 3 is Aaliyah Alvarado. She's the third baseman and leads off the lineup. Jordan Tenorio is the center fielder and wears number 17. Delicia Valdez is the pitcher and wears number 14 and hitting third. Hitting cleanup is Lily Rose Larrabee. She's the catcher and wears number 13. Ariana Hernandez is the shortstop and she wears number 26. Olivia Chavez is the left fielder wearing number 18 and is hitting sixth. Number 7 is Olivia Henderson, is the first baseman. Number 15 is Marissa Valdez. She is the second baseman. And then Allison Hooker is the designated player. She wears number 2 and hitting ninth. Destiny Gonzalez will flex and will play right field for the Lady Rams. By the way, the reserves for the Lady Tigers, Reagan Rose, number 10, number 11, Jocelyn Pittman, number 14, Madi Colorado, number 16, Lola Carbajal, number 20, Parker Wade, number 22, Andrea Sanchez, number 19, Elise Roman, and number 25 is Addison Cisco. Meanwhile, for Rio Rancho, number 8, Mason Thomas, number 9, Kiana Lambert, number 30, Alexandra Nunez, number 16, Elena Coca, number 20 is Mia Monares, number 6 is Isabella Jarvis, and number 21 is Amaya Moro. They are announcing Rio Rancho starting lineup, and we'll be announcing Alamogordo here in just a second. Again, Alamogordo comes in at 17-10. They finished third place in their district this year, and that was an 8-7 record for them there. 17-9 overall wins this year over Los Lunas, Bernalillo, Silver, Cobre, Hobbs, Farmington, Carlsbad, Oregon Mountain, Mayfield, Las Cruces, and Gadsden. Losses to Cruces, Mayfield, Oregon Mountain, Centennial, La Cueva, Artesia, and that's it on the loss tally for them this year. For Rio Rancho, they went and played a tournament out in California to begin the season, so played Westlake and lost 8-2. They beat Mojave, and it was a mix of Arizona and California teams in that tournament. Saugus 11-3 they lost. JSCHS lost 6-3, and then Cibola out of Yuma, they won 14-9. They would beat Albuquerque High and Manzano, and Volcano Vista lost to La Cueva, beat Sandia, Robertson, lost to Aztec and Los Lunas, wins over Valencia and Bernalillo, Farmington, Volcano Vista. They beat Cibola, lost to Piedra Vista. They would get wins over Cleveland and Farmington. Volcano Vista lost a close game to Cibola at the end of the season, lost a 9-inning game to Piedra Vista, and then lost to La Cueva before beating Cleveland to finish up the year. So they played as tough a schedule, I feel like, as Alamogordo has as well. And certainly this is going to be a fun one to watch between these two sides. All right, we're going to take our last break. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show, and we'll be back with First Pitch.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
Dreaming of sandy beaches or unforgettable family adventures? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A personal loan can help you discover your dream vacation. Apply today. It's closer than you think.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. We are ready to go. Again, shout out to all of our sponsors today that are bringing you Lady Tiger Fast Pitch. And shout out to Otero Federal Credit Union, Richardson Motor Company, Ochoa Stucco, the Winner's Circle, First National Bank, and Edward Jones, Megan Wade. First pitch is a little bit high as Chloe Lenar faces Aaliyah Alvarado. And we are underway. 1-0 the count. Beautiful day here in Albuquerque. Some high puffy clouds, but good temperature, and this is fouled off 1-1. Fouled off again, and the count is 1-2. Just underway here. They'll play one game, and this is an elimination game. Winner advances to play Cibola tomorrow here at 10 a.m. Fouled off again by Alvarado. She's been sending this all up the first base line. Hitting from the right-hand side is Alvarado. As the pitch. And that one will drop just a little bit low on the off speed. And it'll be 2-2. So went to the drop ball and just didn't, I think, quite keep it above the knees. 2-2. High and outside, 3-2. So the count goes full. Again, your defensive setup for the Lady Tigers. Lenar pitching. Evans behind home plate. And it's Bautista, Kosum, Ortiz. And a ground ball at the middle, and that's a base hit. That's through. So Alvarado gets on for Rio Rancho to begin the game. Gonzalez, the third baseman, and then it's Ruiz, Chamberlain, and Rodriguez for the Lady Tigers in the outfield. So it brings up Jordan Tenorio, the center fielder. And she will step up and hit from the right-hand side. Lunar, of course, a left-handed pitcher. And here it comes. Shows a bunt and puts it down. That's a good one. Lunar will be able to grab it, though, and flip it on to first. So they do at least get the out at first, but Alvarado does move the runner up. And I'll bring up Delicia Valdez. And the lefty steps up, number 14. And here comes the pitch. And hard hit, and it deflects off the glove of Bautista, but it goes right to Kosum. And Kosum's able to flip it back to Bautista, and they'll get the second out. It does move the runner up to third, but all things considered, a hard hit ball that just went off the glove of Bautista and went right to Kosum in a pretty routine play. So 4-3 with kind of an assist from Bautista. So it's 2 down, and the righty Lily Rose Larrabee comes to the plate, trying to get that runner in from third. She'll watch that first pitch in for a strike. That had some nice movement on it as it looked like it was going to be outside, but moved in, and it's 0-1. Here's the pitch. That's outside. And the count is 2 down and a runner on third. Top of the first inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Lady Tigers trying to keep Rio Rancho off the board in this top half of the inning. And that just paints the outside corner. Called strike, and it's 1-2 now. A leadoff single for Alvarado, a bunt and a ground out. I've had some hard hit balls this inning, but 1-2 is a strikeout, and the Lady Tigers able to work out of some early trouble here in the top of the first inning. It is Alamogordo headed to the bottom of the first on the Richardson Motor scoreboard with no score, 1 hit, 1 runner left on, no runs and no errors. We return to Cibola High School right after this. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Need a break? Does sun, sand, and adventure sound inviting? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A quick and easy personal loan can help make it happen. Apply today and turn your getaway into unforgettable memories.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all on subject to credit approval.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
First pitch here in the bottom of the first inning is a called strike. Amani Kosum will start on the left-hand side, then move over to the right-hand side, as she tends to do usually on the first strike called. And it is Kosum to lead off for the Tigers, as she has all season. And watch the 0-1 called strike on the outside corner. 0-2. Starting pitcher for the Lady Rams is Delisa Valdez. And her battery mate Rose Larrabee on home plate. Another lefty. Ground ball, and it's hit to third. Fielded cleanly. Thomas on to first, and got her. So it's 5-3 on the putout. That's not easy with Amani Kosum's speed, but she was unable to beat it out. Good play by the third baseman, Alvarado. And there's one down with Haley Evans coming to the plate. Haley's shown some power this year, has been able to get some out of the park here and there. And the pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Base is empty. Bottom of one on the Richardson Motor scoreboard with no score. Lady Tigers first at bats of the day. That one misses high and inside, and the count evens up at 1. Rest of the defensive setup for Rio Rancho. Henderson is the first baseman. Second baseman, Valdez. Shortstop is Hernandez. In the outfield, Chavez and Tenorio and Gonzalez. Swing and a miss from Evans, 1-2. Lady Tiger lineup, Kosum, Evans, Lunar, Gonzalez, Bautista, Ortiz, and then Rodriguez, Ruiz, Chamberlain. So it's 1-2 now. And here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. So it's 2 down as Delicia Valdez has Got the first two Lady Tigers out, and now we'll see Chloe Lenar. Lefty versus lefty here. Wind of the pitch. And is going to be moving away the whole time, but catch the outside corner. And it's 0-1 to Lenar. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And so far, Valdez has looked very good in this first inning against the Lady Tiger hitters. Kosum made some pretty good contact on that ground out, but Lenar behind the count 0-2. Watches that one miss outside. 1-2. That one did not miss by much. It was pretty much in the same spot the first called strike was, but just a bit further off the plate. And a swing and a miss, went off speed and got Lenar a little bit in front of it. And two strikeouts in the inning for Delicia Valdez. And both teams put up zeros in the first inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on, and no errors in this bottom of the first on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And we will return here to the 5A state tournament at Cibola High School. Alamogordo and Rio Rancho are scoreless.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Need a break? Does sun, sand, and adventure sound inviting? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A quick and easy personal loan can help make it happen. Apply today and turn your getaway into unforgettable memories.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all subject to credit approval.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
Now, the very first pitch is a hit-by pitch to Ariana Hernandez, and so the Lady Rams with a base runner on. In fact, Hernandez actually kind of caught that with her right arm as it went into her gut, flipped it back on to Chloe. But the Rams, you find at this level, you're going to take a hit-by pitch anytime if you can get on the base paths. So for the second straight inning, Rio Rancho has a runner on, and this is fouled off by Olivia Chavez. As it's 0-1. Chavez wearing number 18, hitting from the right-hand side. No score, top of the second on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Chloe Lenar in the circle. Lady Tigers expecting bunt. Haven't seen it so far, and that's in there for a strike. And so Lenar ahead in the count here, 0-2. One thing that Coach Reyes said when I chatted with him before the game is that Rio Rancho does like to run, so they may be testing Haley Evans in this game. And looking for that outside corner. Evans tried to get that framed in, but, oh, he's saying high, so that was not outside, it was high. That wouldn't have been my first guess to say that was high. I would have said it was maybe a bit outside. 1-2. That is outside. 2-2. Alamogordo fans thought that should have been rung up as a third strike, but the at-bat continues now. Runner on first with nobody out and a 2-2 count here to Chavez. And the pitch. Fouled off, and we'll do another 2-2. Davi Gonzalez will go in the circle, give a high five to Chloe, and Chloe will reset back behind the circle and step up to the pitching rubber. Everybody ready to go. 2-2. Fouled off again. I will say teams that have had some success against the Lady Tigers are the ones that have really been able to just keep at-bats going and, forcing more pitches. And, I mean, that's, a normal thing in softball, just the more opportunities that you can give yourself. 2-2. And this is again shot foul. This one a little bit more straightened out, but still out of play. And this next one will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. I think she's fouled off 4 in the at-bat. Still runner on first, nobody out. And here comes another 2-2. On this high. And it's full now to Chavez. On deck circle is Olivia Henderson, the first baseman. Chloe looking to the Alamogordo dugout, looked a little unsure about what the next pitch call was going to be, but she's got it. And here comes the 3-2. Hard hit and to right center field. That'll get down and it gets past the Lady Tiger center fielder Chamberlain. She will go and grab it, but it'll end up being a double. She tried to scoop it up, but it went under the glove, and it's second and third with nobody out here for Rio Rancho. I'm going to apologize in advance if I have been saying Cibola at times. I'm probably confusing Alamogordo versus Rio Rancho. If I do say Cibola, I mean Rio Rancho. And we talked about this is a Lady Rams team that has put up some big numbers offensively this year. So they are a dangerous team with the bat. And their best opportunity. And I'll get back to the backstop. Evans doesn't know where it is. She eventually tracks it down, but the run scores. She was spinning around looking to see where it went. It deflected to her left and was back at the backstop. There is considerably more room behind home plate here than comparison to, say, back in Alamogordo. So that kind of a bit more of a challenge. But regardless, the run scores, and it's 1-0 Rio Rancho. Chavez moves up to third. Hernandez, she scored on the play. And the count 1-0 to Henderson. And, well, the Lady Tiger infield is now coming in and meeting with their pitcher. Had a delay initially and then another delay, and I guess we're ready to go now. Trying to avoid a big inning. And that'll miss outside. And the count goes 2-0. Runner on third and nobody out. A hit by pitch and a double have been the action in the inning, and then a wild pitch that brought the first run of the game in. This is hit in the air to right field. Caught by Rodriguez. Here comes the throw home. That will be off the mark. The run scores. And that is a sac fly RBI for Olivia Henderson. And Rio Rancho takes a 2-0 lead over the Lady Tigers. Still just one down in the inning, and Marissa Valdez will come to the plates for the first time. Lennar into her motion. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike right at the knees, and it's 0-1. The pitch. That'll be high and outside. And the count evens up at 1-1. 2 hits in the game for the Lady Rams. And 3 base runners. A wild pitch and a sac fly has scored the runs. This is hit in the air to right field. It is in foul territory, but unable to make the grab is Rodriguez. And so that'll give Valdez another opportunity. It'll be 1-2 at the plate with 1 out. She had to make the play on the run and got her glove to it, but just couldn't squeeze it. So Valdez steps back in. Base is empty with one down. The pitch from Lunar. She will one-hop that back to the catcher. And the count evens up at 2-2. Alyssa Hooker, the designated player in the on-deck circle for the Lady Rams. And that'll be fouled off. Got jammed on that, did Valdez, but was able to get the bat around on it and send it foul up the first base line. Now, just a couple of miscues for the Lady Tigers. A misplay out in center field, a wild pitch, and that'll miss outside, maybe a bit on the low side. And the count is full here to Valdez. Now, Lady Rams have taken a few of these at-bats, deep counts here. So far when they have, they've won the battle. And they'll win it again here. Ground ball is a base hit into left field. That's something to be looked at there. Alvarado took it to a full count in the first inning, singled. Chavez took it to a full count on the 9th pitch of the at-bat. She doubled, and that was the 7th pitch of the at-bat and the 3rd hit of the day for Rio Rancho. And it'll bring up Allison Hooker, who's the DP. We'll see if she's looking to swing away or if they're going to try to bunt the runner up into scoring position. Sometimes your 9-hitter is just like your 1-hitter's got speed, and, or I should say leadoff hitter. She'll swing and miss, full swing on that, and 0-1 is the count. Signals being sent out by the Rio Rancho head coach. He's in the third base box. And off-speed pitch, and that one was right in there for a strike. Hooker, I think, eventually realized she was going to have to offer at that and just put out a check swing. And so the count 0-2. Still just one out in the inning. Runner on first. Pitch from Lunar. That'll miss outside. Pickoff throw to first by Evans. And the runner back, Valdez. No tag applied by Bautista. Rio Rancho head coach, by the way, Paul Coleman. Swing and a miss, and that is strikeout number 2 for Lunar as Hooker goes down swinging. And I'll bring up Aaliyah Alvarado, who singled in her first at-bat. Got around to 3rd in the first inning, but was eventually stranded there. And so far, Rio Rancho's had the better of the offense, but we are very early in this. Top of the second inning, 2-0, the Rams in front. And a 1 or 2 hopper back to Evans on the first offering. 1-0 to Alvarado. Lunar ready to go. Spins the ball around in her left hand, puts it in the glove. And now puts a pitch that's a little too far inside. And it's 2-0 now. And hit in the air foul. This should get out of play. It does. And so the count is 2-1. Reminder, this is an elimination game. Winner advances to play Siebel at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And the loser is out of the Class 5A state tournament. That'll miss outside. And now 3-1. By the way, not much of a breeze today. Shouldn't really, nothing weather-wise that should affect flight of the ball, distance of the ball, as that'll miss low and outside, and that is the first walk surrendered by Lunar. But it does move a runner to scoring position again for Rio Rancho, and so they'll have first and second, and Jordan Tenorio will come to the plate with 2 outs and 2 on. A 2-0 lead for the Lady Rams here in the top of the second inning as they have struck first. Lady Tigers trying to avoid this turning into a huge inning for the 11-seeded Lady Rams. Here's the pitch. That is going to hit Tenorio, and that is the second hit by pitch And so it's bases loaded now for the number 3 hitter, Delicia Valdez. And that'll bring Coach Ronnie Reyes out to talk to his infield and his pitcher. So the inning started with a hit by pitch, very first pitch of the inning. And then Olivia Chavez hit one out to the gap in right center field. Addison Chamberlain tried to scoop it up with just the glove, and it went underneath and went past her. So it ended up in a double for Chavez, and Hernandez advanced to third. Then it was a wild pitch that would score Hernandez. Olivia Henderson would hit a fly ball out to right field. That would score the run from third base. And then it was a single for Valdez, a strikeout to Hooker, but then a walk and a hit by pitch, and the Lady Tigers are trying to avoid Rio Rancho putting up a big number here in this top of the second. Already 2 runs across, but it's the bases loaded. And their number 3 hitter, Delicia Valdez, to the plate. This is the 8th batter of the inning for the Lady Rams. Lefty steps in. She grounded out to second. She hit the ball hard, but it deflected off the glove of Bautista. Went right to Kosum, and that pitch is going to miss low and maybe a bit outside. And it's 1-0 to Valdez. And that pitch will get up a little bit more and catch the outside corner. It's 1-1. I think Valdez has kind of been backing out of the box as the pitch was coming to the plate, and maybe that's just something to not, wait until you get the first strike. I don't know. Kind of interesting the way she's been. Yeah, that's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and again, she's stepping back. It's not allowing her to really cover the plate with her bat very well. Interesting. The 1-2. And it's a ground ball, just got a piece of it, but it will be foul. And we'll do it again. Yeah, it just seems that her, I would have to imagine, it's just the way that she hits and stepping back with it, but it seems that she's kind of off balance when she's going to swing there. But hey, if she's in the number 3 spot, again, you have to think that she's a strong hitter for this Rio Rancho team. Home plate umpire was marking down the timeout. Now he's ready to go, and we're ready to go. Bases loaded. And 1-2 the count. And this is hit in the air to center field. Should be playable for Chamberlain. She's got it. And the Lady Tigers get out of bigger trouble.
MMA would like to thank the Trinity Town Stars and Blaze King for the support of the MMA and education-based athletics across the city.
And we'll return here to Cibola High School. 2-0. The Lady Tigers are trailing, and they'll try to answer back as we go to the bottom of the second inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch here on Alamo Sports.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on creditworthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is
Fabiana Gonzalez swings and misses at the first pitch she sees. She'll send the second one foul out of play at the third base line. The cleanup hitter for the Lady Tigers to the plate for the first time. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Rio Rancho 2, Alamogordo nothing. Class 5A state softball tournament. We are at Cibola High School. Lady Tigers ground out and 2 strikeouts in their first inning at the plate. And Davi behind 0-2 here to Delicia Valdez. The lefty into her motion will miss high and outside. And the count is 1-2. So it's 4, 5, and 6 in the order for the Lady Tigers due up this inning. Alyssa Bautista and Iceland Ortiz will also come to the plate. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Chase one up and away. And that is strikeout number 3 for Delicia Valdez, who has looked very sharp here through 4 hitters faced. And she will see another left-handed hitter in Alyssa Bautista. You got to think for the amount of lefties the Lady Tigers do have, it's unusual for them to see a left-handed pitcher. I mean, I'm sure they, in games against, when they maybe face Chloe, I don't know how that works in practice. If they do that, probably get a little bit of that action. But for the most part, it's right-handed pitchers. But 2 lefties in this game as that pitch will miss high and outside. And it's 1-0. Now, all of these ladies in the lineup for the Lady Tigers have had big games at the plate. They can all be dangerous, and so trying to get something started, even if it's here towards the bottom half of the lineup. For the 1-0. And a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Just a little bit late on that was Bautista. The pitch. And a ground ball and a base hit. There you go for the Lady Tigers. They get their first hit of the day. Just poked it to the opposite field, did Bautista. And Alamogordo's on with 1 out and Iceland Ortiz. Ortiz really hitting the ball well in the middle portion of the district season before she took that liner off of her leg when she was pitching against Mayfield. And I believe she got back in the Las Cruces doubleheader. And here's a bunt from Ortiz. That's a good one. She'll move the runner up. She is out at first. So the Lady Tigers put a runner into scoring position for the first time today. And it'll bring up Alexis Rodriguez, who has shown big power from the right-hand side. Had a big grand slam on her birthday last month. And so she steps into the box with an opportunity to get the Lady Tigers on the board. Pitch from Valdez will miss outside. And so 1-0. First at bat of the day for Alexis. Number 7 hitter in the Lady Tiger lineup. Bottom of the second. Alamogordo down 2-0 to Rio Rancho. Outside, that'll miss. And the count is 2-0. So after retiring the first 4, give up a single, Alamo put down a bunt. 2 outs and a runner on second. As Valdez into her motion, here's the pitch. That will catch the inside corner, called strike. And the count is 2-1. That had been a difficult pitch to try to get the bat around on. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. That was a very good off-speed pitch there. The drop ball got Alexis in front of it. And 2-2 the count. And here comes the pitch from Valdez. Could not spot that outside corner. 3-2. Like it just ran on the chalk of the left-hand batter's box outside. But did not miss by much. A little surprised Alexis didn't kind of foul that one off, protect the plate. But she's got a full count now. 2 outs and a runner on second. The 3-2. That misses well outside. That was an easy one to lay off of. And so the first walk surrendered by Valdez. And it'll be first and second now for Maddie Ruiz. Maddie hitting from the left-hand side. And I wonder if we're going to get a pinch runner maybe. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to get. Yeah, it'll be Madi Colorado that will come in and run. Number 14. So they'll put Madi out there as a runner. And I'm sure Alexis will re-enter when we go to the top of the third inning. But does give Alamogordo a bit more speed. So the umpire making sure the Rio Rancho bench and the press box aware. And we're ready to go now. Best chance for the Lady Tigers today. Bottom of the second inning, runners on first and second with 2 outs. Ruiz showing bunt, brings it back. The pitch will miss, and the count is 1-0. Well, 2 outs, I don't think Maddie would bunt, but you've moved the third baseman, and so if you lift one in the air up the line, same at first base if you can pull one. She does show bunt. She brings it back. That's a called strike. 1-1. A big opportunity for the Lady Tigers to try to at least draw one back after giving up 2 runs in the top half. And here comes the 1-1. Fouled off, and it's 1-2 now to Ruiz. Now another key to the game that Coach Reyes was chatting with me about before the game was not leaving runners on, especially in scoring position. Felt like that's something that has hampered the Lady Tigers this season, is not coming through in these type of situations. So we'll see what happens. Here comes the 1-2. Now miss high, and Maddie takes the count here, 2-2. Madi Colorado at second. She's pinch running for Alyssa Bautista, who has the only hit of the day for the Lady Tigers. A walk for Alexis Rodriguez has her at first. The Lady Tiger left fielder, Maddie Ruiz, at the plate. Here comes the 2-2. And it's a chopper that will go foul behind home plate. And the count will stay 2-2. Ruiz steps back in. Lacey Valdez ready to go in the circle. Another 2-2. Now miss outside. And Ruiz is taking it full here, 3-2. And Coach Lunar in the first base box, making aware to Madi Colorado that she can get a head start here. So can Alexis. Runners on first and second with a full count. So if Maddie can come up with a big hit here, you might be able to score both. Certainly they should be able to score Madi from second base. 3-2, that'll miss. It's a walk, and the bases are loaded. See if we get a visit from the Rio Rancho dugout. Doesn't appear so at the moment. But Addison Chamberlain, who has really been hitting the ball well here late in the season, with a great opportunity for the Lady Tigers. And Coach Lenar coming over to Coach Reyes. And they have a quick conversation, and now you've got the catcher Larrabee going out and talking to her pitcher. But a big moment in this game. Rio Rancho trying to shut down the Lady Tigers and not let them get on the board here. Chamberlain with a big opportunity with a base hit could bring in 2 runs. Lexus has got good speed at second. Wouldn't necessarily say she's the fastest on this team, but the Lady Tigers have some really good speed, especially at the corners. Chamberlain showing bunt. Pitch is going to miss high. And now nowhere to put him for Valdez as the pitches have been missing a little bit more. Lady Tigers haven't been chasing as much. I would say in some of their early at-bats, they were going after some pitches out of the strike zone. There's the 1-0. That is going to miss low and away, and it's 2-0. And that will bring a visit to the circle. Coach Coleman coming out of the dugout to talk to his pitcher. And just trying to get a little bit of control of things here as she lost the last 2 hitters on walks. Those counts did go full 3-2, but she's now behind the count 2-0. Single for Alyssa Bautista with 1 out. She was moved up to second by Iceland Ortiz with a bunt. And then a walk to Rodriguez. Madi Colorado came in as a pinch runner. And then Madison Ruiz also walked. 2-0 Rio Rancho on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Bottom of the second inning. But the Lady Tigers, the bases loaded. 2 down. And Addie Chamberlain trying to break through here for the Lady Tigers. Chamberlain steps in. Right-hand batter's box, left-hand pitcher Valdez. Goes bunt, brings it back, and again the pitch misses high. So the control for Valdez is slipping away from here a bit. And it's 3-0. I think there's no way that Addie is swinging on this. Forced her to try to get one over. Bunt brings it back. It'll go to the backstop, but doesn't matter. It's a walk, and it's an RBI for Chamberlain. 3 straight walks for Valdez. And that'll take it back to the top of the order with Imani Kosum. Still 2 outs in the inning, and it's 2-1. The line and the pitch. And for Valdez, that's got to feel good to see one get over. And she gets ahead in the count 0-1. That pitch will miss high. And the count evens up at 1-1. Kosum grounded out to third, her first time up. Coach Reyes with some words of encouragement from the third base box. And here comes the 1-1 to Kosum. She will check swing on that. Home plate umpire says she went around. And so 1-2. Bases loaded and 2 down. And Valdez trying to save her team's lead here. Here comes the 1-2. That is right there, called strike 3, and the inning is over. That's pretty impressive from Valdez. Valdez, after surrendering 3 straight walks, able to get a punch out looking. And the Lady Tigers leave the bases loaded. They leave 3. They come away with 1 hit, 1 run. No Rio Rancho errors. And we go to the top of the third inning. It's Rio Rancho 2, Alamogordo 1 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We'll return here to the 5A state tournament at Cibola High School right after this.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard, or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
Dreaming of sandy beaches or unforgettable family adventures? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A personal loan can help you discover your dream vacation. Apply today. It's closer than you think.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all subject to credit approval.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9, top of the third inning. And the Lady Tigers trailing 2-1 as Chloe Lenar will see this one fouled off. She missed on the first pitch. And it's 1-1 to Lily Rose Larrabee, the cleanup hitter for Rio Rancho. Larrabee, Hernandez, Chavez, 4, 5, and 6 in the order, due up for the Lady Rams. As here comes the 1-1. That will roll back to Evans, and it's 2-1. So both teams score in the second. Rams get 2, Alamogordo gets 1. And here's a ground ball. Nice stab by Lunar as it comes back to her in the circle. Throws on to first, and there's one down.
Now batting for the Rams, number 26, Ariana Hernandez.
So to bring up Ariana Hernandez now. She was hit by a pitch, eventually came around and scored in the second inning. And that'll hit the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. Into the line in the pitch. That off speed will hop back to the catcher. And the count is 1-1. Rio Rancho with 3 hits in the game, 2 runs. That's another good pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. And the count is 1-2. Fernandez, the righty, steps back in against left-handed pitching Lunar. Swing and a miss as she chased one upstairs. And that is strikeout number 3 for Lunar. And she's bounced back nicely after a tough second inning. As Olivia Chavez doubled in her last at-bat, will come to the plates for her second try. And that pitch catches inside corner for a strike. Chavez watches it. It's 0-1. Base is empty and 2 down in the top of the third inning. And Alamogordo trailing 2-1. Here comes the 0-1. That is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. And Lenar really hitting her spots in this inning. The pitch. Good. Oh, yes, she does get the outside corner. A little bit of a look back from Chavez. I don't think she thought that hit the corner. But the inning is over, and we go to the top or bottom of the third. Alamogordo is trailing 2-1 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard in this 5A state tournament play-in game. Winner advances to play Siebel tomorrow.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger. See you at the games.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. We're in the bottom of the third inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And it's Rio Rancho 2, Alamogordo 1. Swing and a miss for Haley Evans on the first pitch she sees from Delicia Valdez. Lady Tigers still just with the one hit, but did load the bases last inning on 3 walks from Valdez. Evans showing bunt, brings it back. No, she tries to lay it down, but fouls it off. And she falls behind the count 0-2. Evans, Lunar, and Gonzalez, all 3 of those struck out in their first at-bat. Both pitchers had their struggles in the second inning. Lunar looked really good in the top half. See if Valdez is able to mirror that. This is hit in the air and foul and out of play. Up the first base side and 1-2. Coach Lunar at first base box trying to help with Haley's technique. The 0-2. Ground ball, and it'll be grabbed by the shortstop. It's going to be a long throw, and she will not get Evans. So infield single there for Haley. See if they do courtesy runner for the catcher, Evans. They'll leave her out there. Seems like they're going to... wait. Oh, okay. Yes, they are going to leave Haley out there. All right, so the pitcher, Chloe Lunar, comes to the plate now. Tying run on the base pass here in the bottom of the third. As the lefty Valdez ready to go. Lunar struck out her first time up, shows butt. That pitch is going to miss. And 1-0. Neither team has attempted a steal in this game, so you wonder if that's going to happen. And here comes the 1-0. Evans did get a little bit of a run away from the bag, but stopped and went back. And the pitch misses, and it's 2-0 here to Lindar. Lindar again squares around the bunt, brings it back. Swings and misses at that. It was a little bit late, 2-1. And the pitch. Very high and outside. 3-1 the count now to Lunar. Gonzalez in the on-deck circle for the Lady Tigers. 3-1 count for the Lady Tiger pitcher. And here comes the 3-1. That is low and inside. And again, an easy one for Lunar to lay off of. So a single and a walk with nobody out. Lady Tigers have first and second. And Davi Gonzalez will come to the plate to try to tie up this game. Yeah, not many hits for the Lady Tigers, just the two. Single from Evans, single from Batista. They've had a lot of base runners here early in this game. And have another good opportunity here. Line outside. And Almo's become a little bit more plate disciplined. I think Valdez has kind of been missing on some of these pitches earlier, but Almo's chasing, and as the game has gone on and they've seen her a little bit more, they haven't been going after these pitches. That gets right in there for a strike, and the count evens at 1-1. Bernard first, Evans at second. Gonzalez to the plate with the Lady Tigers down by a run. Here in the bottom of the third inning. Here's the pitch. And she hits this in the air to left field. It's going to drop just in front of left fielder. She made a sliding grab at it. Lady Tigers will move up just one base each. So it'll be a single for Davi. That was a difficult play for the Rio Rancho left fielder, Chavez. She was playing back deep and had a charge on it, and maybe by a step wasn't able to get there. And so bases loaded here for the Lady Tigers. And Alyssa Bautista, who has one of those 3 hits, comes to the plate with the bases loaded and nobody out. And Alamogordo down 2-1. Coach Ronnie Reyes sending out the signal here. Bautista just an opposite field base hit when she came up. She'll watch that one miss. High and maybe a bit away, 1-0 the count. Lady Tigers an opportunity to either tie it or grab their first lead of the day. Down by a run early. As here comes the 1-0. And that is going to be low and inside. 2-0 to Bautista. Lefty Bautista steps back in, and we're ready to go. Infield is playing in. Got to force it any base, so certainly on a ground ball, they're going to try to go home. And that pitch will drop below the knees. And it's 3-0. Bautista most certainly will be taking on 3-0 with the base loaded. I think Alyssa's a good enough hitter that you could trust her to maybe offer it a 3-0, but I think in this spot, they're making Valdez try to make her pitches here. 3-0, and she misses. So it's a walk, and the bases are loaded. Second time today that a walk has brought in a run. Evans scores, and you wonder if we're going to see a pitching change here for Rio Rancho. As the Rio Rancho head coach Coleman comes out, and I don't know if this is a team that has depth at pitching, that they can bring somebody else in, and so it'll be bases loaded, still with nobody out. So it'll be Iceland Ortiz coming up. She laid out a bunt the first time. Valdez looked really good in the first inning and started off the second inning pretty solid, but her control started to erode a little bit in that second inning when she walked 3 straight. One of those did bring in a run. And here she's given up a single, a walk, and a single, and a walk. And so the bases remain loaded with nobody out. Ortiz will come to the plate. Lady Tigers really have an opportunity to break this game open. And you got to think that they're going to get an opportunity to see some good pitches here. I mean, it's near the point where you're just trying to get it over and not surrender the walks. Lady Tigers left the bases loaded in the last inning. They've got the bases loaded here, but still nobody out. And here's the wind of the pitch. And it's mainly been up that Valdez has missed her pitches today. Kind of swings that pitch up and away, or up and in this case, to the right-handed hitter. The 1-0. And that's in there for a strike at the knees. And the count evens up at 1-1. Valdez ready to go, and here comes the pitch. Looking for the outside corner. It's the called strike. 1-2. That was one that she definitely needed. It was borderline, but I think close enough there that it is 1-2. And here comes the pitch from Valdez. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. She'll go home, get one out, toss on to first, and get the double play. 1 to 2 to 3 double play. And the Lady Tigers are second and third, and we're going to have Coach Ronnie Reyes chat with the home plate umpire here. And I'm not sure the discussion there, but Lunar ends up being out at home, and then Ortiz out at first. And what a big turn that could be if the Lady Tigers can't come up with a hit. As Alexis Rodriguez walked in her first at-bat, comes up. Still runners on second and third, and an opportunity for the Lady Tigers to grab the lead. That's a nice pitch from Valdez, as that was outside initially and then broke back in across the plate. Counts 0-1. That'll miss a little bit up, and the count evens at 1-1. Zabi at third, Bautista at second, and Alexis Rodriguez at the plate. Looking for a base hit. The 1-1. And that's there for a strike on the outside half of the plate. And Valdez starting to hit her spots again now. And she's got herself ahead in the count, 1-2. Trying to keep this one tied up. The 1-2. And that just missed, I think, up. That was a pretty good pitch there from Valdez. 2-2. Two on, two out, in a 2-2 ball game. Bottom of the third inning on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. 2-2 is going to miss above the belt. 3-2. That one was really close as well. Credit to Rodriguez and being able to lay off those last two pitches. Those were good ones from Valdez. Here's the 3-2. And she misses. Surrenders another walk. That is walk number 6 on the day for Valdez. And they'll bring up Madison Ruiz with the bases loaded. And the lefty will step in with an opportunity to put Alamogordo in front for the first time today. Both of Alamogordo runs have been on bases loaded walks. Lefty versus lefty here. End of the wind and the pitch. And is going to miss just a little bit up. 1-0. Here's the one and the pitch. That'll catch the outside corner for a called strike. And the count evens up at 1-1. The Lady Tigers left the bases loaded in the second. Will they do it again here in the third? That misses high. Just haven't been able to come up with the hits when they've gotten in these situations. They've have the singles when a runner's been on or nobody's been on. Ruiz had stepped in the box but asked for time, and just to reset, she readjusts the band on her left arm and then steps back into the box. Heading the count 2-1. And she'll hit this in the air to left center field. This might drop. It went off the glove of the left fielder. Here's a throw home. 2 runs will score, and the Lady Tigers lead 4-2. Tried to underhand catch that, did the left fielder for Rio Rancho. Chavez unable to secure it, and Alamogordo brings 2 runs across. And I think you have to call that an error. That was a high pop-up and was a playable ball. It was difficult. You had all 3 fielders kind of converging on each other there, but certainly one that Rio Rancho should have had. And so Alamogordo gets an assist and lead 4-2, and Addie Chamberlain will come to the plate with 2 on and 2 out. So big error for the Lady Rams. It's been two walks and an error that have brought in the runs for the Lady Tigers today. And Chamberlain, who picked up the walk in an RBI in the second inning, to the plate. And that's a called strike. And it's on 1. Rodriguez at second. Ruiz at first for the Lady Tigers. The 0-1 is a bunt that's popped foul behind home plate. And it'll be 0-2. Chamberlain will step back in behind the count. And Valdez trying to get her team out of the inning. She thought she had done it on the last at-bat. And that is just going to miss. 1-2. And here comes the pitch. It comes up and in. Chamberlain. Well, they're going to ask if she got hit or not there. The home plate umpire, I guess, is going to ask for some help. Addie seems to think that she got hit. They're going to call that a foul ball, so I guess it went off the bat. So Chamberlain will remain at the plate. Well, one of those that I'm sitting pretty close. I couldn't quite tell. I'm not really sure how it went off the bat, though. That's a little weird because it seemed like she had turned away from it. But, yeah, I don't know. I think it made a clip noise, but I think it may have gone off her face mask. 1-2, and that just misses high. 2-2. Valdez is not missing by much on some of these pitches. Valdez into her motion, and the 2-2. That is right there, called strike 3. And the inning is over, but the Lady Tigers catch a break on a drop ball in the outfield for Rio Rancho, and they take the lead for the first time today. It's 4-2 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard, and we'll return to Albuquerque. The Lady Tigers in front of Rio Rancho, 4-2.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. Lady Tigers are in front. It is a 4-2 ball game, top of the fourth on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And it's Rio Rancho up to bat. 7, 8, 9 in the order. And a pitch low and outside for Lunar. 1-0 the counts. Libby Henderson got an RBI today on a sacrifice fly. And a ground ball foul. And the count will even up here at 1-1. That one sent up the third base line. Rio Rancho with 3 hits, 2 runs. They've gotten 2 on with hit by pitches. And another with a walk. And here's a little nubber that will go up the first base line, and super easy play there for Alyssa Bautista. She fields it and steps on the bag at the exact same time, and it's 3 unassisted for out number 1. I'll bring in Marissa Valdez, who singled her first time up. Did that with the bases empty in the second. She would eventually get stranded at third base. Rio Rancho's missed out on some opportunities, and a first pitch is a called strike, and it's 0-1. I'm sure y'all probably can tell through the crowd, Mike, we've got a lot of Alamogordo fans that have made the trip. And good job with the change up there. 0-2. She drops that in for a strike, and the Lady Tigers trying to get the shutdown inning after scoring 3 in the home half of the third. That'll just miss outside, tailing away. 1-2. Into the line and the pitch. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. Strikeout number 5 for Chloe Lenar. And it's a new hitter in the designated player spot for Rio Rancho is Mason Thomas. Will substitute for Allison Hooker, who got one at bat and struck out. And so they changed it up here with Thomas seeing Lunar for the first time. And she will foul off this one just behind home plate. And the count is 0-1. The pitch. Looking for that outside corner. Just missed off. Count evens up at 1-1. Base is empty and 2 down in the top of the fourth inning. And Lennar looking for a routine run here through the bottom of the order of Rio Rancho. And gets the outside corner call that time. That's where she's lived. And a lot of this game is trying to hit the outside edge here against these right-handed hitters. Rio Rancho only has one lefty. The 1-2. And a swing and a foul tip into the glove. That's a strikeout. That is strikeout number 6. And the Lady Tigers maintain a 4-2 lead going to the bottom of the fourth on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. The 5A state tournament. You're listening to Lady Tiger softball here on Alamo Sports and Talk.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 12:30, 101.9. 1-1 the count here to Amani Kosum, and she leads things off, and she swings and misses. Falls behind the count, 0-2. 4-2 Lady Tigers on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Kosum, the only person not to come up to the plate in the 3-run bottom of the third. As here comes the 0-2. Fouled off and to the screen. And the count remains 0-2. Kosum a ground out to third in her first at-bat. She struck out looking in the second at-bat. 5 strikeouts on the day for Delicia Valdez. But the walks have been the thing that have hurt her today. She really hasn't given up a ton of hits, but and she'll lose that one high and inside. 1-2. That has surrendered 6 walks. 2 of those runs coming in on that. And then, unfortunately, her defense made a mistake, and that brought in 2 more runs. Going outside, and Kosum. 2-2. Valdez into her motion. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air and foul, and Kosum will keep the at-bat alive. 2-run lead for the Lady Tigers in the bottom of the fourth. Would really love to get something going again. After a 1-2-3 first inning, they've had the bases loaded in each of the second and third inning and probably feel like they should have had a few more runs in each of those innings. And fought off again by Kosum. A pitch that was up and maybe a bit inside, which keeps the at-bat alive, and the count remains 2-2. So she'll take a practice swing and step back in. A little surprised Amani hasn't tried to put down a bunt here. The infield's playing back. With her speed, she could easily get on. 2-2, and she'll just poke one to left field. Don't need to listen to me. She reaches out the bat and pulls it. And Kosum with a single, her first hit of the day, and gets it started here for the Lady Tigers in the home half of the fourth inning. And a bring of Haley Evans, who singled. Now, when the Lady Tigers have picked up hits, it hasn't been to gaps. It's been almost all of them have been out to left field. Whether on ground balls or kind of a little flare, I think, was the other one. But everything else has been, pulls from, we saw with Kosum, with Evans, Bautista, slap one the opposite way from the left-hand batter's box. Davies was the one who's the flare that just dropped in front of the left fielder. Evans shows bunt. And again, neither team has tested the opposing team's catchers. It's 1-0. You would have to think if somebody was going to do it, it would probably be Amani. And that'll catch the outside corner for a strike. And the count evens up at 1-1. Nobody out, bottom of 4. And Kosum does go, swing and a miss. Did they get her? They did. Wow, that was a great throw as she was coming by. A fantastic tag by the shortstop as Ariana Hernandez, she was running in front of the bag, got her hand, and it was bang, bang. If it's just a second or a millisecond later, Amani's in there with the steal. So a solid throw from Larrabee, but really a fantastic tag by the shortstop, Hernandez. And the Lady Tiger base runner is erased, and it's 1-2 at the count here to Evans. And she'll foul this off. Kind of looked like maybe that wasn't a straight steal, that Lady Tigers were hoping for a hit and run there, just based on the reaction from Coach Reyes in the third base box towards Haley. So kind of was my perception of that. I could be wrong. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. And a big sequence there for Rio Rancho. They get the runner out at second, and then pitcher Valdez gets the strikeout. And Lunar will come to the plate. Strikeout and walk for Chloe. As lefty steps in for the third time today. Bottom of 4, and a 4-2 lead for Alamogordo. And here comes the pitch. High and outside. 1-0 to Lunar. And certainly someone that the Rams are going to be aware of and will treat carefully. Give her an opportunity to really get into one. Here's the 1-0. And swings and misses. Count evens out 1-1. Lenar will, looks like she was stepping into the box, steps back out, looks at her wrist sheet, and Awaits the 1-1 pitch here from Delicia Valdez. She'll foul this off, and Valdez gets ahead in the count 1-2. Now, this will be a nice bounce back for Valdez. Had a rough second and third inning. And she can get the Lady Tigers down kind of in order. She did give up a leadoff single, but her teammates helped her out. Catcher and shortstop. She's got one strikeout. Trying to get out of the inning here. 1-2. And this is hit in the air to center field. No, not center field. Yeah, I guess so. It'll end up there. I think that one went off just the very end of the bat, and it sort of floated up the middle and into the outfield. So both of the infielders almost had a chance to get to that. It was so hit. But, hey, she'll take the single, and the Lady Tigers will put a runner on with 2 outs, and Davi Gonzalez will come to the plate. The lefty steps up. She singled her last time and eventually came around and scored. Lady Tigers trying to get something going with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. They lead 4-2. Here's the pitch. Hard hit up the third base line. That's going to be a foul ball. Now, Coach Ronnie Reyes, he felt like that it went off of the third baseman's glove. I think that's what his argument is going to be. The ball most certainly went to the left side of the third base bag. But the home plate umpire says it was not touched by the third baseman. And so it'll just be a strike for Gonzalez. And that's a really nice pitch from Valdez. Coming in on Davi and then tails back across the plate. I think we're 0-2, aren't we? Or did he not call that a strike? Okay. I guess we're 1-1. Swing and a miss. Okay, I thought that last one went over. So it's 1-2. I saw the umpire make the motion. I'm sitting right here. You'd think I'd be able to see that, okay. Runner on first with 2 down and a 1-2 count. Lady Tigers tried to keep the inning alive. And a ground ball to second. A little bit of trouble. Can't get the out at second. And so that'll be an E4. Wasn't a particularly easy play, but it was certainly one that if it is fielded cleanly, she probably can toss it on to second and get the out. But time is going to be called. The Rio Rancho infield is going to talk things over. Alyssa Bautista, who has singled and walked, has an RBI today and 2 runs scored. She's been pretty crucial in this part of the lineup for the Lady Tigers in that 5 spot. Home plate umpire going to go break up the discussion between the Rio Rancho infielders. Trying to get the game back going again. And it breaks up. First and second here for the Lady Tigers in the bottom of the 4th, trying to add on to a 4-2 lead. And the lefty to the lefty misses high and outside, does Valdez. 1-0 to Bautista. The pitch. Ground ball and off the glove of the shortstop. They're going to not send Lunar home, which was the right call. Well, that was maybe the right call. Throw was deflected by the pitcher, Valdez, and then ended up at the backstop, but I don't know. Chloe, unfortunately, was, I think she stumbled as she was trying to go back to third base. And if she's still on her feet, maybe she tries to score there, but it would have been very, very close. So the base is loaded. And the first pitch to Iceland Ortiz is going to miss high. But on an inning that was looking like it was going to be pretty routine, all of a sudden the base is loaded again. For the third straight inning, the Lady Tigers have loaded the bases, but can they come through here? That's been the problem for them today, is they haven't come away with the hits when they needed them. Ortiz will watch that one miss outside. However, they have drawn walks in these situations and picked up a couple of runs there. It's 2-0 the count. After a single and then caught stealing was Kosum. A strikeout. It's gone single, error, single. And the Lady Tigers have them loaded again, the 2-0. That's right over for a strike, 2-1, as Ortiz was taking. Valdez ready to go. 2-1. And that'll go to the backstop, but it takes a clean carom right back to the catcher, so no chance to advance, but Ortiz now in front of the count, 3-1, and yeah, I mean, I think you just have to approach as you would normal. I don't think you can necessarily be taking in this spot. You get a good pitch, opportunity to really push your lead out here, not just grab one run. As here comes the 3-1. That's outside. That's a walk. And another bases loaded walk brings in a run for the Lady Tigers. And that'll bring up Alexis Rodriguez with the bases loaded. 5-2 now, the lead for Alamogordo. But a base hit could really break this game open if you're Alamo. And Rodriguez taking, that's in there for a strike. You can definitely tell Alamogordo's been a lot more patient at the plate after that first inning. And forcing Valdez to make her pitches, and has been a bit of a struggle for her today. As this is fouled off, and Rodriguez behind in the count, 0-2. 7th walk surrendered, 3rd bases loaded walk that she's given up in the game. Alamogordo 5, Rio Rancho 2 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. Bottom of the 4th inning. And this is a little pop-up to the right side of the infield, and a nice diving grab by the first baseman, Olivia Henderson. And the Lady Tigers, again, will leave the bases loaded. 3rd time they've done that in the game. They do have a 5-2 lead on the Richardson Motors scoreboard after 4 innings. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard, or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Is your out-of-town bank really giving you the best mortgage deal? This is Emily from First National Bank. Not all mortgage loans are the same. Choosing the right one could mean big savings for you. Personalized service from our team of experts will help you find the best options available. Don't let loyalty cost you more than it should. Find the right mortgage solution that works for you. Talk to our mortgage experts today and learn how much you can save.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 12:30, 101.9. Chloe Lenar's first pitch. This is high, but here's a ground ball to second. Kosum will toss on to first. And that is a one out here in the top of the fifth inning. Alamogordo leads 5-2 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. And they get a quick first out from Aaliyah Alvarado. And there's one down, and Jordan Tenorio comes to the plate. She'll hit a ground ball just off the glove of Lunar, and there'll be no play. It'd be interesting to see if that had gone through to Ortiz at short. That still would have been, I think, a difficult play for her, but ends up being an infield single for Tenorio. One of those where the pitcher just kind of puts the glove out and try to make some contact with it. Sometimes ends up right in the glove, easy toss to first. That time it did not work out. So Tenorio gets on. She's been on for the second time today. Was hit by a pitcher first time on the base paths. And Alicia Valdez will come to the plate. And the pitch is going to miss outside. 1-0. One out and a runner on. You just wonder, those bases loaded, leaving them on for the Lady Tigers, if that's going to be something that comes back to haunt them as we get into later innings. And here's a ground ball. That'll be stabbed by Lunar. She has to make a quick throw to first and does. Just off the end of the bat. Runner does move up. The Lady Tigers will definitely take that second out, and Lily Rose Larrabee will come to the plate. Strikeout and a ground out. 0 for 2 is the cleanup hitter. And she steps into the box for that single from Tenorio. Lunar had retired the last 8 in a row. First pitch is a called strike, and it's 0-1. Runner on second and 2 down. Alamogordo with a 3-run lead. And she loses that one very high. But Evans able to jump up and get to it, so it doesn't go to the backstop. Runner stays at second base. The 1-1. That should be right in there for a strike. It is. 1-2. Alamogordo fans trying to get behind their pitcher here with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Fouled off, and we'll do it again. Lunar had a rough second inning, but since then has struck out 4. She's got 6 for the game. And a ground ball, hard hit. Bautista had a little bit of trouble with it, and Kosum was going to step on it herself. That was another one that deflected off of Alyssa's glove, but right to Kosum, and the Lady Tigers get the third out. Kind of awkward, but it worked out okay. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning with Alamogordo in front 5-2 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch State Tournament action here from Cibola High School. Alamogordo leads Rio Rancho 5-2.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. First pitch misses to Maddie Ruiz. And here's the 1-0 to Ruiz. It's in there for a called strike. 1-1. Well, I will say I thought the first pitch was probably a strike, and the second one was probably not a strike, but okay. We're even at 1-1. It's probably what it should be. And Ruiz was again squaring around a butt, brought it back, pitch missed inside. And the count is 2-1 now to Maddie. Bottom of 5, 5-2 Alamogordo in front. Took the lead in the bottom of the third inning and have held on since then. Rio Rancho with their only runs in the top of the second. And Maddie watches that all the way in. That's a called strike. And I think that was another one that looked a little low, but always tell from the reaction from Coach Reyes in the third base box. Certainly it's up, down. You can probably get a good idea. 2-2. Way high and outside. And it's 3-2 now. So full count to Ruiz. By the way, has walked and reached on an error, so has been on both times, 0 for 1. And that one is going to miss inside. Rio Rancho wanted that. Valdez thought that one backdoored in on the inside corner, but did not get the call. And so another walk for Valdez, and it puts Alamogordo with a speedy base runner on. Addison Chamberlain will come up now. She's reached on a walk, picked up an RBI, and a strikeout in her other at-bat. She thought she had earned a hit by pitch in that at-bat, but they called foul ball. And a bunt. Good one by Chamberlain. Could be a close play at first. And did anybody make the... Okay, I didn't see the first base umpire. He was in the foul territory. I was looking out at the man in the field and was waiting for the call, but the first base umpire makes the call there. And so the bunt from Chamberlain moves Ruiz up to second. There's one down, and Amani Kosum, who singled in her last at-bat, is 1 for 3. I don't think the Lady Tigers have brought in a run on a hit today. It's been an error and 3 walks that have scored the 5 runs. Do get RBIs for the walks, as the first pitch missed, 1-0. The wind and the pitch. Fouled off by Kosum, and the count evens at 1-1. Runner on second for Alamogordo. 1 out. And Valdez ready to go. Here's the pitch. And that should... Boy. Trying to figure out where that missed. Said it was outside. I don't know on that one. 2-1. Valdez getting squeezed a little bit there. That looked like that was over the outside. I think it was clearly over the outside half of the plate. 2-1. Fouled off and evens up the count at 2-2. Ruiz at second. A walk and then a bunt. Put her in scoring position. Kosum trying to bring her in. 2-2 ground ball. That is a foul ball up the third base line. Lady Tigers with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits in the game. 7 walks surrendered. Low and outside, and right now that error earlier in the game is looming large. It would still be a 1-run lead right now for Alamogordo, but it feels like a different game than a 3-run difference, to be honest. Pitch missed outside, and it's 3-2 now to Kosum. And she'll shoot this to right field, and it's just over the top of the glove of the right fielder. Kosum is on her way to third. Ruiz scores easily. Kosum will hold up at third base, and that is an RBI triple. And for the first time today, a hit brings in a run for the Lady Tigers. It's a good effort by the right fielder, Gonzalez, but she just couldn't quite get there. And the Lady Tigers in front now 6-2 and trying to add on some insurance runs here in the later innings. And it'll bring up Haley Evans, who has struck out twice but has singled and scored in her 4th at-bat. She will hit this in the air to left field. Should easily be enough to score Kosum. Here's the throw. Pretty good throw. It's going to one-hop, though, a little bit too late. Kosum's speed. That's a difficult one to try to beat. And an RBI for Evans, and Alamogordo has plated 2 in the inning now. And Alamogordo leads now 7-2 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Brings up Chloe Lunar. Single and a run scored in the 4th, a walk and a strikeout. She's 1 for 2. Valdez ready to go in the circle. Lefty versus lefty. And a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Lennar steps back in. Base is empty with 2 down. Swings and misses, and it's 0-2 now. Lennar will take a deep breath. And she's ready to go. Another one before the pitch comes. The 0-2. And she'll just get a piece of this and send it out of play. And they'll keep the count at 0-2. Lady Tigers looking to book a date tomorrow against Cibola, who won earlier today 12-0 over Albuquerque High. Fouled off, and the count will stay 0-2. And that'll be the start of the double elimination portion of the tournament. So win or lose, Alamogordo will be back here in Albuquerque, or in Rio Rancho, actually, next Thursday. That is if they hold on and win this game. Still a ways to go. It's a 5-run lead. And here's the pitch. And this is sent to center field. Some good 2-strike hitting there from Chloe Lennar. Oh, Lennar made a little bit of a mistake. She went to the bag, and she went to turn and was off the bag. They threw it over to first, and they got her. Now that's a mistake there for the Lady Tigers. But they still add 2 more on the triple from Kosum and the sac fly from Evans. 7-2 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard as we go to the top of the 6th inning. The Lady Tigers lead the Lady Rams. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Need a break? Does sun, sand, and adventure sound inviting? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A quick and easy personal loan can help make it happen. Apply today and turn your getaway into unforgettable memories.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all subject to credit approval.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Alamogordo 7 and Rio Rancho 2. And the very first pitch to Ariana Hernandez is a line out right to the right fielder, Alexis Rodriguez, and a very quick first out. And then Olivia Chavez will watch the first pitch. Missed high, and it's 1-0. Chavez 1 for 2, a double and a run scored and a strikeout. 1-0 is going to miss low and outside. 2-0. Well, after 8 hitters came up in that second inning, Rio Rancho hasn't set up more than 4. And in fact, Lady Tigers put them down in order in the third and the fourth. And Lunar has done a nice job early taking control of this game. The 2-0. Hard hit, but foul. Out of play up the first base side, 2-1. RBIs today for the Lady Tigers from Addison Chamberlain, Alyssa Bautista, Iceland Ortiz, Amani Kosum, and Haley Evans. And an error brought in 2 runs as well. 2-1 is fouled off again up the first. So after falling behind, she's worked the count back even, has Lunar. And here comes the 2-2. Again, hit foul. This one's straightened out a little bit more, but it'll get out of play up the first base side again. 2-2 the count with 1 down in the top of the 6th inning, and the base is empty for Rio Rancho. Number 6 seed Lady Tigers, number 11 seed Lady Rams. And tomorrow at 10 a.m., the winner of this game gets the 3 seed Cibola. 2-2. Looking for that outside corner, but that's outside. 3-2. And the pitch. That'll miss, slow and away. And that's a walk. One of the few walks for Lunar today. I think that's just number 2. She has given up a couple of hit-by pitches as well. And Olivia Henderson comes to the plate. She's got an RBI today on a sac fly. Other run scored on a wild pitch today for Rio Rancho. And waiting for some softballs to come in, all those that were just fouled off. And Lunar will send back the one that she has. And she tosses some dirt that she had collected in her hand to her left, wipes it off on her pants, and is ready to go here against the righty Henderson. That is right in there for a strike. Count is 0-1. winds and deals. And trying to go to the off-speed pitch, but ends up in the dirt. Evans keeps it in front of her. Runner stays at first base, and the count evens up at 1-1. The pitch. And a ground ball to third. Gonzalez fields it cleanly, tosses on to second, gets the out. That was close. But they do get the force. A nice play from Davi as she goes 5-4. Fielder's choice, so Henderson will replace Chavez at first base. And Marissa Valdez, single and a strikeout, will get her chance to plate for the third time today. And she'll swing and miss the first pitch from Lunar, and it's 0-1. 2 down and a runner on first. Alamogordo up by 5, and they can put up another 0 here. They'll just be looking for some insurance in the home half of the 6th inning. And again, goes to the drop ball off-speed pitch and rolls it back to the catcher Evans, and the count evens up at 1-1. Here's the pitch. And hard hit to center field, but Chamberlain right there. And she'll make the grab, and the inning is over. So a couple of lineouts, pretty hard hit softballs by the Lady Rams, but the Lady Tiger outfielders make solid plays. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Alamogordo looking to add on to a 5-run lead on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. They are up 7-2 on the Lady Rams. We'll return here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. And the very first pitch that Davi Gonzalez sees, she lifts over the second baseman's head. And that will bring a pinch runner on. Reagan Rose will come on, and Alyssa Bautista will come to the plate. She has singled twice and walked. It's been on all 3 times today in the number 5 spot. 2 runs scored, an RBI, been a really solid day at the plate for her. So Alyssa steps in. Alicia Valdez continues pitching here for Rio Rancho. And that's right in there for a strike as Bautista was taking 0-1. Rose coming in for Davi gives Alamogordo a little bit more speed on the base pass. And you never know how much one run could make a difference when we head to the top of the 7th inning. Swing and a miss from Bautista. And so it's 0-2. Batista watches that one, just misses. And the count goes to 1-2. And the wind's starting to kick up a little bit. We've looking out our window. I didn't want to just say it on the radio. I figured I would probably jinx it. There have been some clouds, dark clouds, kind of moving in our direction here, but we hope that's not going to lead to any stoppage, as that pitch will miss low. And the count is 2-2. But has gotten cloudy, and I'm not going to even dare to guess if we'll have any issues here over the last inning, or, man, I guess it's actually a full inning, but runner on first and nobody out. 2-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. And that's one down. And it'll bring up Iceland Ortiz. She's picked up an RBI through a walk, put down a bunt, grounded into a double play. As here comes the pitch. That is outside, and that's a good job by Larrabee to backhand that nicely and not allow Rose to move up to second base. So it's 1-0 to Ortiz. And a bunt, but that one's going to be fouled off back behind home plate, and the count evens up at 1-1. Rodriguez in the on-deck circle. She's walked twice, popped out. Pretty much everybody's had multiple times on base in this game. And if you're just joining us, Lady Tigers have left the bases loaded 3 times. But they've got a 5-run lead, so if it all ends up in the positive, as Ortiz will foul this off at the first base side. And the count is 1-2. Won't be anything that they'll worry about. That's been kind of the weirdness of this game, and then Alamogordo hasn't been hitting the ball all over the field, but they've got, I think, 8 hits. And the bigger thing is the 7 walks, though. And 3 of those runs in on those. 2 runs in on an error. Now miss high. And the count 2-2. High settles back in, looking to get the Lady Tigers an insurance run or 2. And that'll miss high. And she's taking the count full 3-2. Two pitch misses high, and that's a walk. Uh-oh. I see the athletic director coming in and talking to the umpire, and I'm wondering if they're going to clear the field because of a lightning delay. And frustrating for the Lady Tigers, 7-2. I don't know. I would think after 6 innings we're official, so if this ends up being a multi-delay where we're stuck here for a few hours, they'll call the game, and I would imagine the Lady Tigers get the win. So they'll have to figure that one out. But, well, haven't seen any lightning, but there's definitely a lot of dark clouds in the area, and it is one of those rules that I know is always frustrating for players, coaches, everybody, fans involved, but safety's paramount, and no game is worth somebody getting hurt because we didn't take the correct precautions because of lightning. So we are in a lightning delay now. Bottom of the sixth inning with one out. And, came so close to getting this one done and over with, but we're going to at least be in a 30-minute wait, and we'll see after that. But, I don't know. Couldn't give you a good idea on how this is all going to work out. So,
30 minutes.
All right, so we will take a break and come back. We'll recap what we've done up to this point. Richardson Motorsport 7-2 the lead.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
Dreaming of sandy beaches or unforgettable family adventures? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A personal loan can help you discover your dream vacation. Apply today. It's closer than you think.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all subject to credit approval.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back here at Cibola High School. And unfortunately, weather delay. We'd kind of been watching the dark clouds move in throughout most of the afternoon and thought we might be able to make it through this without getting stopped, but had kind of a little pop-up shower just to our northwest, looking at the radar. And I think that's what got things a little bit closer. I think we're going to be able to finish this, but yeah, I'm definitely not a weatherman and wouldn't even bother to guess. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the lightning has to be more than, if it's less than 10 miles away. And what happens is every lightning strike, they restart the clock. So it is 30 minutes, but if there's another one, then they'll restart it, and they'll restart it. And I think if it gets to a certain amount of time, they'll decide to call the game. So, Lady Tigers head runners on first and second with one out in the bottom of the sixth inning. They're up 7-2. So, I mean, it's one of those that I feel like, it wouldn't be one of those that it would be unfair to Rio Rancho if they ended up calling the game. Lady Tigers have kind of been in control since the third inning, but I think it'd be unfortunate, is what I would say, if they weren't able to finish it, because you never know what could happen, and in their last at bat. So we certainly hope that they're able to make things happen again. But I wouldn't even dare to guess if we're going to be able to get restarted here. It's not raining right now. There's some really dark clouds, which I guess would be to our northwest. My directions in Albuquerque sometimes get messed up. I mean, I know the Sandias are to my east, but I think when I start looking towards the northwest. But yeah, very, very dark. and certainly has gotten a lot chillier and windier, and so we'll see what happens. But we can recap everything that we've done so far in this game. Lady Tigers are the home team, so they pitched first, and Chloe Lennar gave up a lead-up single, but a bunt moved the runner up to second, a ground out moved it to third, and then she picked up a strikeout and left the runner stranded at third for Rio Rancho. Lady Tigers would go down in order in the first, a ground out and 2 strikeouts. Then the Lady Rams would strike first. Ariana Hernandez got on with a hit by pitch. Olivia Chavez would double to right center field. That put runners on second and third. The first one would score on a wild pitch, and then Olivia Henderson, would hit a sac fly out to right field, and that would make it a 2-0 game. Marissa Valdez would single later in the inning, end up at third. There was a walk and a hit by pitch, and Rio Rancho left the bases loaded. So Lady Tigers avoided the big inning. And then in the second, Alamogordo would get on with a single, and then 3 straight walks would bring in the first run of the game, but a strikeout by Amani Kosum would leave the bases loaded. That unfortunately came a little bit of a theme for the Lady Tigers, but they've been able to score enough runs that they have needed to. Chloe Lennar would come up with a nice shutdown inning at the top of the third, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And then in the bottom of the third inning, Haley Evans led off with a single, then a walk to Lennar, a single to Gonzalez, and Alyssa Bautista would be walked with the bases loaded. A double play looked like maybe Rio Rancho was going to be able to get out of the inning with the game tied, but a fly ball by Madison Ruiz after Alexis Rodriguez was walked was dropped out in left field, and that made it 4-2 Lady Tigers in front. A strikeout would end the inning. In the fourth inning, Rio Rancho down in order again, a ground out and 2 strikeouts. Lady Tigers would come up in the fourth and get a single from Amani Kosum, but she would be thrown out at second trying to steal. Haley Evans would then strike out. It looked like it was going to be kind of a routine inning, but Chloe Lennar would single. Davi Gonzalez reached on an error. Alyssa Bautista on a single, and then another bases-loaded walk would bring a run in, and that made it 5-2. A pop-out from Alexis Rodriguez would end the inning. In the fifth, a ground out, then a single, and a couple more ground outs would end the inning in the fifth. Top of the fifth. In the bottom of the fifth inning, Maddie Ruiz would walk. She would move up to second on a bunt from Addison Chamberlain. And then Amani Kosum with the only extra base hit of the day for the Lady Tigers. A triple out to right field would bring a run in. And then Haley Evans would hit a sac fly and bring in the next run. That made it 7-2. Chloe Lennar would get a 2-out single, but on the single, the center fielder threw it to first. Lennar turned towards second, and as she was off the bag, they tagged her out. And so that ended that inning. In the top of the sixth, Ariana Hernandez lined out. A walk to Olivia Chavez, a fielder's choice, and another line out. Some pretty hard-hit softballs by Rio Rancho, but nothing doing. And then in the sixth inning, it was a single from Davi Gonzalez. Reagan Rose would replace her as a pinch runner. A strikeout for Bautista. Iceland Ortiz would walk, and just as she walked, I was noticing the athletic director for Cibola coming in and saying, okay, we need to stop because of lightning. So that's where we are right now. We're in a weather delay. Like I said, no rain, but certainly lightning in the area. And again, it's a 10-mile radius, so anywhere within 10 miles, if there is one. And again, that resets the clock. So we did stop right about, I think, 6 o'clock. If there haven't been any other lightning strikes, then we would restart maybe around 6:45-ish, maybe. But again, I'm not sure, who officially has and makes that call. And I mean, they're not exactly sending the info up to me, so we'll see if we get started. They're probably going to be a little bit of a warm up, but I, Lady Tigers, you could tell Lady Tigers are frustrated. I mean, because they're pretty close to finishing this one up, and you just wonder, you wonder if a rain delay, if that's going to affect either team. Could this be a boost for Rio Rancho? They get to settle down, and they know they've got possibly 3 more, or another top half of the inning to try and get out there. And we've seen at all levels, rain delays can kind of flip games on their head a little bit. So who knows? Weather delay, I guess I should say, but that's where we are. All right, we will take another break. And I guess this is the Otero Federal Credit Union, I guess we call it a halftime. I don't know, but it is a stoppage in our play, and we'll go ahead and stay with us. We'll try and see if we can get some updates from other high school sports stuff that's going on today. We'll tell you what else is going on. So we will do that when we return. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch. Again, it's 7-2. We're in a lightning delay in the bottom of the sixth inning. Alamogordo's got 2 on with 1 out. We'll be back.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back to Cibola High School. We're in a lightning delay right now. Alamogordo's leading 7-2 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. They are at bat in the bottom of the sixth inning with runners on first and second and 1 out. Again, couldn't really tell you, the likelihood of us getting started. We had the first lightning delay right around 6 o'clock, and it's at least 30 minutes from there, but I keep seeing lightning strikes out the window and out the door here of the press box, so couldn't tell you how far that's away, but if it's within 10 miles, then they have to restart the clock. And I think the longest they let it go is 90 minutes, and then they call it. And we should be official at this point, so I would assume that they would call this game final. I don't know if they'll make different concessions in games that are state playoffs, but once you've already gone through a certain point of it, I think that they probably are going to call it. But that'll probably be for a little while here. So we're going to hang out for a bit and wait to see if they do decide to call things. It is certainly gotten chillier and windier. We haven't seen any rain right here, but it's right on the horizon, and I can continue to see flashes of lightning. So I'm not optimistic that we'll get started again. I don't think that they would try to postpone the remainder of the game until tomorrow. Yeah, there's another big bolt of lightning just out my window there. So I'm not feeling especially optimistic about it unless this blows through pretty quickly, and that may be the case, but we'll see. Again, I'm not a weatherman, wouldn't even try to pretend to be one. We do have other things going on with high school sports in the area. Alamogordo tennis playing the team tournament today. Alamogordo boys picked up a 6-3 win, 6 matches to 3 over Sandia earlier, and so they are playing Hobbs right now. I don't think they're probably not in a weather delay. They're far enough away from where the weather is here. It's all pretty much on the northwest side of Rio Rancho, and they're all the way down near University of New Mexico at the Jerry Klein Tennis Center. Sorry, folks. My internet decided to drop out that for some reason. I'm still here. I did not get struck by lightning yet, at least. So we're still waiting on if things are going to get restarted. Like I said, we got our weather delay down at probably about 6:05, 6:10. And from that point, it's at least 30 minutes. So probably wouldn't restart until after 6:30. And then we'll have to wait and see. So, man, there's all kinds of lightning. Like I said, I'm not optimistic. Thankfully, it's not particularly close to us, but it's definitely happening over towards Rio Rancho. So the storm is definitely moving away, but will we have enough where the lightning won't continue to cause delays for us? I think. Like I said, I doubt we're even going to get any rain right here, but we'll continue to see what ends up happening. That we hope we get to finish this. Like I said, I hope for Rio Rancho that they get a chance to try to come up in the top of the 7th inning. Lady Tigers are trying to add on some insurance runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So, again, Alamogordo boys tennis, they beat Sandia this morning over at the Jerry Klein Tennis Center, and they're playing Hobbs right now. I haven't gotten an update on the scores there. The Alamogordo girls are playing La Cueva. Should be right now. That was scheduled to start at 5 o'clock in the team tournament there. So that's the 4 seed versus the 5 seed there in the quarterfinals. And then we've got track and field state championships happening at the University of New Mexico. Mescalero Apache, Cloudcroft, Tularosa all have athletes competing there today and tomorrow. So best of luck to all of them. And we'll post some updates on our Facebook page later tonight. Tularosa baseball is at home tonight against Ruidoso. Hopefully the weather back in the basin is nice, and there's no issues with weather there. Hang on, look right now. Yeah, it looks like there's not a thing. I'm jealous. Yeah. So should be a nice evening for baseball out at Tularosa High School. So best of luck to the Wildcats as they take on Ruidoso. They play game 1 at 7, and then game 2 will be tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. At Tularosa High School. And if they need a third game, that would take place right after game 2. And what else we got for you this weekend? I think that's it. Tularosa softball, they beat Tahachi. And let's see. Alamogordo boys lost to Hobbs 8-1. So they are out of the 5A boys team tournament, but a great year for the Alamogordo boys. They do get a first-round win, but unfortunately fall to the top seed in the quarterfinals. So the girls, again, are playing this evening. Tularosa softball, which I was just talking about, they beat Tahachi on Wednesday. Ended up losing to Dexter, but just like this, if Alamogordo were to win and lose tomorrow, they would still come up here to the Albuquerque area next week. So next Wednesday at 11 a.m. at the Los Altos softball complex, it'll be Tularosa versus St. Mike's, and that will be an elimination game in the Class 3A state softball tournament. So Alamogordo Track and Field, they have their district meet this weekend down at Gadsden. That'll be tomorrow. And I don't think we've got anything else, right? Track and fields, tennis. Monday, Tuesday, golf state championships. Alamogordo's boys and girls teams both competing. Mescalero Apache's Levi Apachito is competing as an individual up there. So he'll be up there in the Farmington area. All three tournaments are happening in that area, all at different golf courses, though. And, yeah, we got all the baseball and softball, right? That's everybody that's still alive this year. So that's where we are. Again, if you're just tuning in, you're thinking, why is he rambling on about stuff that's not on the broadcast that he's talking about? We're in a lightning delay. The Lady Tigers are leading 7-2 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, and it's the bottom of the sixth inning. Lady Tigers have runners on first and second with one out, and run after Iceland Ortiz drew a walk. The athletic director, Doug Dormy, ended up calling it, or at least saying, hey, we need to stop due to lightning. And so we're in a hold as of right now, and we're hoping that we'll get things restarted for game 2 of the day. Cibola, by the way, cruised to a 12-0 win in game 1 over Albuquerque High, and so the 3 seed is awaiting the winner of this game. So we're coming up on 6:30. Again, our lightning delay started, I think, around like 6:05, 6:10. So at minimum, we'll be in a hold until about 6:40, and then we'll wait and see. So I'm sure they will send somebody up here on the PA and say folks can come back in, or I don't know. We'll see what the protocol is going to be there, but we're just waiting. I'm just waiting, But we're going to stay on the air and just ramble about all kinds of stuff. So stay with us. I do want to give a shout out again to all of our sponsors: Otero Federal Credit Union, the Winner's Circle, Ochoa Stucco, Richardson Motor Company, First National Bank, Edward Jones, Megan Wade. Appreciate all of them for supporting our Lady Tiger softball state tournament broadcast today and hopefully tomorrow. And if it's tomorrow, then we'll be up here again next week as well. So we'll see how it goes. All right, we'll take a break and return, hear from said sponsors. We'll listen to their ads, and then we'll come right back. Again, 7-2, we're in a lightning delay. It's in the bottom of the sixth inning. Alamogordo's in front on the Richardson Motor scoreboard.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Is your out-of-town bank really giving you the best mortgage deal? This is Emily from First National Bank. Not all mortgage loans are the same. Choosing the right one could mean big savings for you. Personalized service from our team of experts will help you find the best options available. Don't let loyalty cost you more than it should. Find the right mortgage solution that works for you. Talk to our mortgage experts today and learn how much you can save.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Now with those sports and talk, 1230, 1019. We are in a lightning delay here at the 5A state tournament in Albuquerque, Cibola High School, which is like literally right next to Rio Rancho. And Cibola won their game today, 12-0 over Albuquerque High. And Alamogordo is playing Rio Rancho here in the 6 versus 11 matchup. Alamo's up 7-2 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Lady Tigers had runners on first and second with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th when the lightning delay popped up. So continue to see flashes out towards the northwest and west. Hard to say how close they are. Again, no rain here at the high school directly, and heard a little bit of thunder, but not a whole lot. But like I said, it's a safety issue. It's one of those that we've talked about. I mean, I don't know how many. Well, there's some thunder right there. Of course, I had. I didn't say I hadn't heard any. I said I'd heard some. But we've whether it's been for football or usually, I mean, it's always fall and spring sports. I would say for the most part, we've been pretty lucky on the spring sports side. The worst thing with weather this year has been the wind, which has caused games to be postponed or canceled. Or so, I mean, at least in the southern part of the state. Maybe up here, it's been the thunderstorms have been a bit more of an issue, but down in our neck of the woods, it really hasn't been a thing. And so, thankfully, this year hasn't been a lot of. I'm trying to think. This is maybe the first game that I've covered that we've had a lightning delay. Maybe soccer back in the day, but in terms of broadcasting, I don't think we had any in football this year. I don't know. I do know that Coach Cisco blames me when there's lightning because I say the word. If I talk about it on Wednesday during our interview, or even like off the air, I get and it's fine. It's legit. Broadcasters' jinx is a real thing. But I honestly said nothing about the weather being bad during this entire broadcast because I didn't want to jinx it at all. Because I kept watching the clouds build to the west and to the north, and I was like, I see blue sky out towards the north, so we'll see. I mean, I think this storm's going to miss us, but like I said, the lightning is a whole nother issue, and I mean, it may not rain at all, and I mean, if the lightning keeps firing off left and right, then we may not get restarted, unfortunately. So, think good thoughts. Who knows? We may get going again, but like I said, for the Lady Tigers, if it does get called, I think the game should be official. For Alamogordo, they're up 7-2. Rio Rancho's gone through, their full at bats in the top of the 6th. I would say if we had stopped in the middle of the top of the 6th inning, they wouldn't be able to call it. But I think they should be able to call it with Alamogordo in front, even though that they hadn't finished the inning up. So I believe. Honestly, don't know. It's one of those that I don't. I'm trying to sit here and think. I know I've covered some baseball and softball games over the years where we got started and never got started again. Or, we got stopped and never got started again, but the game got called early. Definitely had some games that they stopped and then restarted, and we finished. But I'm not sure I've had one that's been called because we've gone past a certain point of the game. So I'm honestly not sure what the rule is there. I'd have to go look it up, to be honest, we'll find out together here as we go through the evening. I know football is a pretty easy one. If you get into the second half, it's an official game, and I've had plenty of football games that have been called at halftime due to weather. And trying to get anything else. Of course, I haven't had any issue with basketball. Basketball is one of those, unless you can't get there to begin with. It's not one of those games you're going to start and stop most of the time. I'm sure there it's happened somewhere, but thankfully that's not the case. And baseball and softball doesn't happen quite as much, thankfully. Usually we haven't started to get into the thunderstorms yet, but we have this year, so it is continuing to look dark and stormy, but again, I don't think the storm's necessarily coming our way. Just firing up some lightning strikes, which has put us in our delay. So we stopped about 30 minutes ago, and I think they'll go forward for at least an hour, maybe 90 minutes before they make the call. So we'll see. And here's the other problem as well. We have no lights here at Cibola High School, so that'll be another part of this too. Is we can't carry this forward into the night, so that'll play an impact as well. Sunset is probably 8 o'clock these days, ish. So that is another thing that we're running out of daylight. So that's something that will have an impact on all of this as well. A big reason why they started the games as early as they did today is, in case you had some really high-scoring back-and-forth games, you wanted to make sure you can get in. If we didn't have the weather delay, it would have been just fine. We started right on time today. We started right at 4 o'clock, so that wasn't an issue. So, hey, a couple of things we posted up on our Facebook page. Do want to send congrats out to Coach James Bowman, who is the new Alamogordo boys basketball coach. That was announced a little bit earlier on this week. But somebody who has, donated, sacrificed, I don't know what the right word you want to use there, but has just been such a big part of Alamogordo basketball since he was a student to, now as an adult, and somebody very deserving of getting the opportunity to be the head basketball coach for Alamogordo boys basketball going forward. So I was really excited to see that. Excited to see how he does when we get around to the wintertime next school year. But I'm sure they'll be busy in the summer playing basketball, so they're probably already ramping all of that up. So again, a shout out to him, and also something that Mescalero Apache shared that Wesley Sago signed on with the ENMU Ruidoso cross country team. So he's going to be running up there. So want to send him our best as well. Always exciting when we see an athlete in our area that gets a chance to compete in college athletics. So wish him all the best of luck. All right, I don't think we have much else that we haven't already talked about in terms of, we didn't have a roundup today, but we've covered most of the local stuff. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're in a lightning delay, so don't think I'm just vamping here and talking about things that are going on, not talking about things that are going on in the field. 7-2 your score. Alamogordo's in front. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Lady Tigers have 2 runners on. Davi Gonzalez single to begin the inning, and then Iceland Ortiz picked up a walk. And so first and second, Reagan Rose came in as a pinch runner at second base. So the Lady Tigers with some good speed there with Davi and Ice, and we'll obviously wait and see if we get to finish that inning or if this one's going to be all she wrote at 7-2. Like I said, for the Lady Tigers, I don't think it bothers them one way or the other because they'll be moving on to the next round and playing tomorrow. I'm sure Rio Rancho would like to get another opportunity, but like I said, the way that I understand the rules, that they certainly could call things, and that's probably the loudest bit of thunder that I've heard. I saw the lightning. So, yeah, I'm not especially optimistic that we're going to get started again, so we'll I'm sure when they start coming up here and packing up the press box, we'll we'll know that things are all done. So we'll let y'all know, because I'm sure there may be some of you that are here in the area that are listening to our broadcast online. I know there's a lot of you that are listening on the radio back in Alamogordo or many other places, of course. We do our broadcast on 12:30 a.m., 101.9 FM. You can find us on alamosportsandtalk.com, the Alamo Sports YouTube channel. We're also on your phone or tablet by downloading the Exciter Media app. And if you got an Alexa device, just say enable Alamo Sports Talk, and you can listen to us that way as well. So many ways to tune in and find out what we got going on, whether it's for local sports or just throughout the regular part of the day as well. So, and if you are planning on tuning into D-backs baseball tonight, we're going to stay on the air until we're done here. So we'll probably get to that late. I think their pregame starts at the top of the hour at 7 o'clock. So I would imagine we're not going to know for sure by that point, but we'll see. But they had to clear the area, clear the stands, clear the field. All the teams went to their buses, and the fans are in their cars. Some of them are standing outside their cars. I mean, I'm sitting here in the press box, so I mean I can't really give anybody a hard time for not being in their cars, but it's it's unfortunate. We were really close to finishing this game up. It would have been nice to see it come to its full conclusion. I'm not totally sure we're going to see that, but we'll find out. So we continue to wait. Smells a little bit like rain now, so that could obviously change things considerably if we get a downpour here and it causes issues on the field. So that's definitely something that could be a part of it too. All right, so we continue to be in a lightning delay. Things stopped around 6:05, 6:10. And so at minimum it's 30 minutes, but I'm sure they've reset the clock a couple of times with the lightning that's been going on in the area. And so we'll see when they make the call. It's probably one that they need to contact the NMAA and determine what the rule is there, because I know if it's a regular season game, the athletic director is going to make the call. But with it being a state playoff game, that might be one that they have to go to higher ups and make sure that they're doing everything correctly and not shortchanging somebody an opportunity in the state tournament. So, all right, we will go ahead and take another commercial break, and we'll continue to hang out here and see what happens as we continue to wait and see if we'll get this restarted or not. Lady Tigers in front 7-2 as of right now. If they do call it, it should end up being a final score. So we'll see. All right, we'll come right back. You're listening to 1230, 1019, Alamo Sports and Talk.
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Need a break? Does sun, sand, and adventure sound inviting? This is Susie Orwell with First National Bank. A quick and easy personal loan can help make it happen. Apply today and turn your getaway into unforgettable memories.
First National Bank, member FDIC, all in subject to credit approval.
Is your out-of-town bank or credit union giving you the best mortgage deal? Don't let loyalty cost you. This is Justin at First National Bank. Speak with one of our experts to learn how much you can save.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all in subject to credit approval.
Alamo Sports and Talk until 30-1019. Welcome back. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch, and we are waiting to see if we're going to get this one restarted. It has the wind has picked up and the rain has started to fall a little bit. It hasn't come down in any heavy bit though, but we've definitely still seen a lot of lightning. I think the bigger problem now is the lack of stadium lights here at Cibola High School. So, like I said, I know what the protocol would be for a regular season game. I don't know what it would be for a playoff game if there is a chance that they would try to finish the game tomorrow morning, or if they'll go ahead and call it just like the normal rules with weather in the regular season. So one of those that I just could not tell you what the end result will be here. So. Kudos to the grounds crew here at Cibola High School. They're trying to protect the field. They've put down a tarp over the third base area. They're putting down a carpeted area over the top of the pitching area. They've also set down a couple of plastic pieces in the first and third base box. Now, interestingly, I see Rio Rancho making their way back this direction. So I don't know. They're grabbing some of their stuff here, so. It looks like they're grabbing their bats and bags, so I don't know if they've been told that this one's been called or not. Wouldn't be too surprising that I would be the last to know. Again, if you're just tuning in, it's 7-2 Alamogordo on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We are in the bottom of the sixth inning. Lady Tigers had 2 on with 1 out. And so, I don't know. And we see the Lady Tigers as well coming in and grabbing their stuff as well. So, yeah, I'm genuinely not sure. Hopefully somebody will come up here and tell me that they've decided to call it. But I genuinely don't know the answer to that one, or if I don't know if they're going to try to pack up and go and play this game. Somebody was talking to me just a little while ago, one of the Rio Rancho fans, and saying that the game, or the closest field with lights, is Rio Rancho High School, which is just up the road. So, feeling Alamogordo would not be okay with that. But yeah, I don't know. So the teams are grabbing their gear from the respective dugouts. So I'm going to take a break and shoot a text here and see if maybe they've called it, because Alamogordo's coming and getting their stuff as well. So, all right, we will go ahead and take a commercial break, and maybe we'll have some news for you guys on what the decision is here in regards to this game. Maybe it's something that we're finishing tomorrow, or I don't know what the call is. So we'll be right back.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Alamogordo Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230, 101.9. Call financial advisor Megan Wade at 575-434-5850 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Overcoming drug addiction was difficult, but I found the path to recovery that worked for me. The road to recovery is different for everyone. Find the path that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Alamo Sports Talk, 1230, 1019, as the rain is starting to fall. And I think there's I would say, a zero chance that we're going to finish this game. And it sounds like, I was talking to Coach Ronnie Reyes, that the likelihood is that they are going to finish the game tomorrow morning and then play another game. And he said 10-2, but I don't know if they're just going to have Alamogordo finish the game and then I would imagine they'll probably play it right after, would be my guess. So we'll see. I don't know. It's one of those that I feel like that, it's state playoff. So I get not trying to restart things. So, or not, all right, what I should say is not calling it where it's at. But because it's state playoffs, you want to give teams a chance to actually finish it up. I guess I'm trying to think of other sports if they've called games due to weather, if it's been past the it being an official game. So it's one of those that's a new situation for me. Honestly, couldn't tell you, but at this point, with now the rain falling, I don't think they'll be able to save the field, and I would, and with no lights, I don't think there's any way that we're going to finish this game. So I've been standing up here in the press box by myself for quite a while. They haven't made an official call yet. I kind of feel like at this point somebody needs to call the ball and make the decision. To be honest, so hey, Lady Tigers were hoping to be here tomorrow anyway. So if they have to finish up a game, I don't know what the what the final decision will be there. So, I would think for Alamogordo, just finishing up that last little bit and then wrapping it up, or then going right into the next game, I would think that's not really a disadvantage, in all honesty. So, yeah, I mean, I think that would be okay. So, now thankfully, I'm somewhat guarded from the rain that has started to fall, but yeah, I mean, they've got to be calling this game. I'm not going to go off the air until they've officially called it. But again, 7-2 is the score, and we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Alamogordo's got runners on first and second with 1 out, and I will say, it's one of those that it's a positive for the Lady Tigers that they have the lead the way they do, because you flip around another day, and I mean, 1 inning could make a difference for Rio Rancho. I mean, they could certainly come back and make this a game again. So I would say definitely a little bit of a break for the Lady Rams, in all honesty. So for the Lady Tigers, I mean, they were within a short bit of time of finishing up this game. So I think that's the unfortunate part about it for them. They could go home, get some rest, and just focus on Cibola tomorrow. So, but can't control the weather, and it was lightning first, and so the weather continues to pick up here, and we're still waiting on official word, and I don't know. I mean, they haven't closed up their press box or any other things here, so I would imagine somebody at some point will come and tell me. I don't think I'll just be standing here throughout the evening, but. Again, do you want to mention other things that are going on? If you're back in Alamogordo, it looks like it's beautiful weather back in the Tularosa Basin. And the Tularosa Wildcats are facing off against the Ruidoso Warriors tonight. 7 o'clock first pitch, so that's coming up here in just a couple of minutes. So I encourage you to go out there and support the Wildcats tonight. Alamogordo tennis, the boys' side, they fell to Hobbs today, 8-1, after they had defeated Sandia. And trying to think of what else. And the Alamogordo girls should be playing right now. Again, it's raining here. I don't know if it's actually raining down near where they're at the Klein Tennis Center. They might be fine. So hard to say if they're going to be able to finish up things before this storm moves in down that direction. So wind could have a little bit of an impact for them as well. So they might be finishing things up tomorrow. Track and field state championships for single A, double A, and triple A are happening at UNM. Mescalero, Cloudcroft, Tularosa all have athletes up there. So somebody's coming this direction. So maybe they're going to tell us we're done, and I can sign off right at 7 o'clock and send you to D-back. So we have been, I'll call this the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame. Okay.
We're working on game times for tomorrow morning.
Okay. All right. So very good.
Calling it for now, and
yeah.
go from there.
Okay.
AB's down there with the umpires to kind of
figure things out.
timing and stuff like that. So.
Okay. So it looks like things are done here for today, and they are going to finish the game tomorrow. So we'll play an inning and a half, or I guess a half inning, it'd be actually a full inning that we'll end up playing. And then if the Lady Tigers can hold on to where they're at right now, they will play Cibola following that. So we don't know game times for tomorrow yet, but we'll be sure to let you know up on our Facebook page. But we're done for today, and we appreciate you tuning in. It's been a fun broadcast. The last hour has been just me rambling, but thanks to OFCU and First National Bank, the Winner's Circle, Ochoa Stucco, Edward Jones, Megan Wade, Richard Richardson Motor Company. Thanks to all of them for bringing tonight's broadcast. And tomorrow here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101-9. Again, it's 7-2, Alamogordo in front. Game is paused until tomorrow, and they are in front 7-2. So we will talk to you all tomorrow here from Cibola High School.
Say, don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Visit v.org/donate.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230 AM and K270CS 1019 FM, Alamogordo.
To right
Go the Diamondbacks!
Arizona Diamondbacks Baseball, presented by Talking Stick Resort. Life well played. Avnet, your hometown partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Fry's. Hey, D-backs fans.